Hey everyone, Combo here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video, and today we are in day 1 of the 3-star Rush Attack Raid Tournament with all colors. I'm going to feature my 5 raid flags with commentary. Today's featured hero is going to be Buster. I really love Buster. He's actually one of the maybe 2 heroes of the 3-star category that I've added Masterclass emblems to. You can see for me, he's got 974 attack, 704 shield, and 1374 health. He is slow mana speed, deals 275% damage to the target and nearby enemies, summons an elf minion for the caster and nearby allies with 10% health and 10% attack inherited from the caster. All damage the target and nearby enemies received is increased by plus 24% and a further plus 2% increase for each fire shield on the board for 4 turns, up to plus 40% received damage. It's that last part of his special that makes him so useful, especially in Rush Attack raid tournaments where he's slow mana speed, so he's going to get his special faster, but also because of the new defenses that we're seeing, especially with Jolly and other defensive heroes with a lot of healers. I've been hearing some from my alliance mates that they've been having to deal with timeouts, and once Jolly gets going, it is extremely difficult to make it stop with that overheal, the damage reduction, and then also the minions as an extra meat suit, so to speak. He's also got the dodge ether power, so he's going to be our featured hero today. Our first battle is going to go up against a Fayez tank team, so I am going to bring in a couple other reds and then definitely Byleth as a dispeller. So for this team, I'm actually going to bring in Kvasir as well, since they've got a couple other minion summoners with Dawn and their own Kvasir. I've got my Treeville for some attack all, some defense down, Starswift as another hard attacker, and she will also add a mana generation increase for Buster and for herself and for Kvasir as well. Let's see how this first flag here today goes. I am going to start off with this red diamond down here on the bottom. All right. Sometimes I like to hold on to the red diamond. Other times I do like to hit it, and I am going to hit it right now because it should not set off any crazy cascades, and we should be able to kill Fayez before he even gets going, and we are going to be able to very easily, actually. Let's attack the 3 on the right. I'm going to use Buster first for the increased damage. Unfortunately, there's no other red shields on the board, but that's okay. And then let's attack with Starswift next. I'm thinking about ghosting these 3 purple tiles up the middle. Yeah, let's do that. Now I'm going to match some purples. I'd like to not set off Treeville, though. And if I match those yellow tiles over there, or the purples horizontally, then it's going to set off a cascade and set off Treeville with those yellows. So let's match these purples and greens vertically up against Kvasir. It's probably going to set him off, but that's okay. Let's use Treeville now. And do I think the 4 yellow tiles will kill Treeville? He's got 270 health. I've only got 1 yellow hero. Yellow is strong against purple. I am feeling good about the 4 yellow tiles working against Treeville, though. You know what? Before we do that, let's match these 3 yellows up against Dawn, see what kind of damage that does. So 30 damage, and she's got 859 defense. Treeville has 963 defense, even with the 4 yellows doing extra damage. I don't think it's going to be enough. So I am going to match the 3 purples horizontally, setting off that little cascade of blues. Nice cascade of greens, so that's going to give me Byleth, and some reds also. Nice, Kvasir is dead. Let's use Byleth to heal. She also dispels and then gives me a defense up. I'm going to match these 3 purples. That's going to give me Treeville, and it should give me enough damage to kill Treeville before he goes off. Oh, he just got his mana decreased. That's unfortunate. All right, well, now let's match the 3 yellows up against Treeville, see if that's enough to kill him now. And it was. Awesome. Just barely, I think. I'm going to hold on to Kvasir. Just kidding. The ailment went away, so we can activate him now. I'm going to ghost these 3 purples, or 3 reds, rather. And this might be close to ending the battle. Just kidding. They got their mana decreased. Just cascading. Alright, now let's use Beelith first, and then Buster and Starswift. Let's ghost these 3 purple tiles so I can get Treeville. Ghost this yellow diamond, and Brienne is dead, and we are 1 for 1 to start off today. Alright, next up we've got a Kailani tank team. Alright. So with this, because of that shared damage and defense up that she gives to everybody, although she's got a bunch of tunes. I was thinking about bringing in Toon Balthazar for the Superior Masterclass Wizard talent, but I think I'm going to avoid that. Plus, they are going to have a 75% chance to resist any ailments, so I'm going to want to bring in some buff heroes. So let's switch things up a little bit here. So for this next flag, I am going to bring in those 2 Toon Balthazars. I really want the hard-hitting snipers. I've got Toon Burden as well, Fayaz as a healer. Then I've also got Glass Brienne for some attack up on my allies. This second flag is going to be a little bit tricky because they've got Toon Kailani up front, and she gives that shared damage and defense up for everybody for 5 turns, and then an extra 2 turns for holy characters, and they've got 3 holy characters. So I'm bringing Glass Brienne for the attack up. I'm bringing in Buster, Starswift, and then another Starswift for some strong attackers. The plan is to try to get Brienne activated first, and then to be able to use my 3 reds together, Jolly obviously as my healer, and then also for the increased mana generation, he's going to make it so that everybody gets their special in 6 tiles. All right, let's see how this second flag goes. I'm going to start off with the 3 yellows horizontally to set off the cascade of greens. Actually, Brienne is a druid class, so she gets her special in 6 turns already as it is, because of the costume bonus and the 4% druid. So let's match the 3 greens actually over here. And we got a 4 match of greens anyway. Nice cascade with the reds. Some more greens that I didn't really need. We do have a 4 match of yellows that I'm going to match, though. I'm holding on to Brienne because I want to make sure that I've got my red specials when that gets activated. And we are going to get our reds right now. I'm going to match them horizontally with those purples up against Kailani. Beelith is going to heal, which is not ideal, but that's okay. And I want to hit the 3 in the middle here. Let's use Jolly first. Then I'm going to use Brienne. And then I may wait a turn to see if my reds can get hit from some of the attacks, which will increase their own attack. So Buster now has plus 90% attack, plus 70 for Starswift, and plus 70 for that Starswift. Let's match these 3 greens up against Kailani. I just don't want Ganju to go off and reduce anybody's mana, which is going to happen now. Cool. I usually like cascades, but I did not like that one. And of course, Buster got his mana decreased. Not ideal there. Alright, let's use our 2 Starswifts. Let's see what kind of damage we can do over here. Alright, that was a good amount of damage. Now, I'm going to hold on to Brienne, obviously. Let's match these blues and purples here. Really just need Beelith to not go off and heal everybody after I just did a bunch of damage, which we should be able to avoid. And let's heal with Jolly. I'm going to probably use Brienne now. How many more turns is the attack up for? No, I don't want to reset that yet. Kailani's dead. Awesome. And so is whoever was on the left wing. Now, I am going to use Buster on the right side over here. Yeah. Should kill Burden anyway because of the received damage. Awesome. Now I am going to use Brienne now because this attack up is going to wear off before next turn. So in case if Ganju hits anybody, I'm going to ghost these 3 red tiles. And we've got all 3 of our red specials. Awesome. Let's wait one more turn. It's actually kind of nice with the received damage for Star Swift. It makes it so that everybody gets the... Oh. Beelus Dispelled. Totally forgot about that. Alright. Let's ghost these 3 greens so I can get Brienne special back. And let's use Brienne. I'm going to wait a couple turns to use my reds for them to get their attack up, although they would have gotten their special again anyway. And we got 3 more ghosted reds. Man, if I wanted them, I wouldn't have got them, though. But with the shared received damage, you can see that everybody gets the attack up, which is nice. All right, now let's use them, especially since I don't have the shared received damage, or at least Beelith does not. So let's use Buster first, and then my Star Swifts. And see what kind of damage this does to everybody. Ganju's dead. Cool. Gonna match these greens so I can ghost 3 more reds next turn. How many more turns do I have the attack up for? Good. And let's see if we can kill Beelith or close to it. And she is dead. Awesome. We are now 2 for 2. Next up, we are going to have a Jolly tank team. Everybody's favorite Rush tank. And they've got 2 Treevilles. They've also got the Reviver Bertha and then Shrewbear. Okay, so I'm going to have to mix up this team. Let's definitely bring in some purples. And then I'm going to bring in Beelith as a Dispeller. Let's take out Jolly. And we definitely want Beelith in here. I'm going to bring in both of my Balthazars. And then, even though it's Rush Attack Tournament, Balthazar is extremely useful because of the Superior Masterclass Wizard talents. And then also hard-hitting Sniper against Yellow. Now, let's bring in... maybe... Jolly? So that I can get the increased mana generation and overheal and damage reduction. And then let's also bring in Buster, I think. Yeah. Or do I want to just bring in one Balthazar? Yeah, let's just bring in one Balthazar. And I'm going to bring in another red, I think. Let's bring in one of my Star Swifts. Yep, I like this. All right. I'm going to start off with the 4 purples on the right, and then that's going to make it so I can match 4 yellows next turn. Kind of wishing that I kept my 2 Balthazars, because I could have probably killed Jolly before he went off at all. With 2 of them. Let's use Balthazar on Jolly and then match these 3 blues. Actually, let's match the 3 reds up top. That's going to set a cascade of the blues underneath and then the green diamond afterwards. One Treeville's about to go off. Let's match the yellows and purples here. It's going to give me Jolly, and his increased mana generation will override Treeville's mana ailment. Although the other Treeville's going to go off soon too. So there's that. I think I need to use Jolly because a lot of people's health is already decreased. Okay. Now, let's hit the green diamond. Nice cascade with the purples. That's going to give me Balthazar. And they're going to get Shrewbear to go off too, but I'm going to use Belith to dispel that. Let's use Belith to dispel the taunt. And then Balthazar's got negative mana ailment and attack down. That's not cool. Let's match the 3 blues with that cascade of reds. Let's try to hit the 3 in the middle here with Buster. And then I'm going to use Balthazar on Jolly, match these 3 reds, which I don't think is going to set off Shrewbear. Cool. Let's use Star Swift here in the middle before Shrewbear gets his thing going. Let's match these 3 greens here in the middle. Let's hit this yellow diamond, or yellow dragon rather. It's going to set a cascade of purples underneath. Treeville almost dead. Need everybody to stay alive, please. Let's match this yellow diamond on the left with the purples there. That's going to give me Balthazar. Don't die, anybody, please. Let's match these 3 yellows up against Jolly. I'm not using Balthazar on Shrewbear. Let's use Jolly now. I really would like the greens, so let's match the 3 greens over here so I can dispel Shrewbear. I'm going to hold off on dispelling him since he's going to go off in the next turn or 2 anyway. Let's match these 4 reds here. It's going to give me Buster, and then hopefully we can get Star Swift. Also, nice! This might work out great if everybody stays alive, which I think they will. Alright, let's use Belith first. And then let's use Buster on the 3 on the left here since they've got that Reviver. And then Star Swift. And let's see where everybody's at. Let's use... Balthazar still has that attack down. 6 turns, damn. Alright, let's use Balthazar on Jolly. 728 damage. Match these 3 purples over here. Gonna hit this yellow diamond. That should give me Jolly. Not quite, actually, because of the mana generation down. Match these greens and purples over here. It's a long battle. Let's use Belith and then hit Jolly with Balthazar again. Gonna hit this red dragon here. Hopefully we can get a red in the middle. We did not. I'm going to wait to use Jolly until the other Treeville goes off, because of the increased mana generation. Everybody stay alive, please. Not feeling good about this battle right now. And then there was that cascade. But I really need those reds. And to not have the attack up. I mean, attack down. Everybody stay alive, please. Thank you. Let's use Jolly. And then I'm going to match these 3 reds with this yellow diamond. Still going to hold off on using Byleth and Balthazar. Now we're going to use everybody here. Byleth first, of course. Jolly. Buster. Starswift. Balthazar here in the middle. Let's hit this purple diamond. Kill. Jolly, please. Thank you. Oh my god, finally. I'm gonna have to speed through this rest of this battle, though. And I'm sure that Jolly's probably gonna get revived. Nope. Cool. Alright, we're gonna get Byleth to dispel. Nice cascading. Everybody should still stay alive. Nice cascade to give me the reds again. One Treeville dead. We've really got to kill this reviver. Come on. Ugh. He's gonna revive anybody. And Jolly's gonna revive. And he's gonna go off. Ooh. Definitely gonna run out of time here. Kill Jolly again, please. Oh my god, he's still alive. Alright, well, we killed Jolly one more time. And we are now 1 for 2. Battle's gonna time out. Or rather, we are 2 for 3 now. Next up, we are going to go up against a Greel tank team. They've also got Glass Byleth, Featherino, Kensaishi, and then also Jocko. So this one should go a little bit better than the last. Let's swap out Balthazar for another yellow. Might bring in Ganju or Felton. Let's bring in Ganju, I think. Yeah, since everybody will be able to get their mana reduced. And then I am going to take out Byleth and bring in another yellow or red. Might bring in Jahinger or another Starswift. You know what? I like the double Starswift. Let's bring in Starswift. All right, let's see how this 4th flag here goes. I'm going to start off with the 3 reds up top for that little cascade of greens underneath, and then I can match some yellows next turn. Before I do that, let's see if I can get a yellow diamond by matching these 4 blues on the bottom. If I can get a yellow in that second to right spot, which we did not. Let's match these 3 yellows up against Kinsaishi. And then I'd like to match 4 reds if I can, but I don't think I have an option for that. I don't. Let's match the 3 yellows up against Grill. Nice cascading. Alright, we gotta kill Grill before he goes off again. So let's hit him with Ganju, maybe? Actually, we should be able to kill him with the 3 reds. Let's attack Jocko with Ganju, and I'm going to match the 3 reds vertically. Perfect. He's dead. And we're going to get our red specials right now. Kinsaishi's dead. Nice mix-up of the board. And we've got Jolly and all of our red specials. Hopefully everybody's still alive. Now, let's use Jolly first. And then I'd like to kill Jocko if we can. Let's use Star Swift. Not enough to kill him. We're going to have to use our another Star Swift. And I want to use Buster on the 2 on the left. So let's use him there. And then ghost these 3 red tiles, which is going to give me my red specials back. And we might be able to end this battle right here, actually. Well, that is going, or thought it was going to be over. I was going to say that went much smoother than the last battle, but it's not over yet. Let's match these 3 blues here. Maybe the minions will actually kill Belith. And they did. All right, we are now 3 for 4, 1 flag left, and we're going to go up against a Toon Bane tank team. They've also got Toon Jahinder, Toon Greymane, Fayez, and then Betty. All right. I am going to keep my reds in there. And let's bring in... Actually, you know what? I'm going to take out one of the Star Swifts. And then let's bring in Belith as a healer. And then I'm going to bring in... maybe... Fiona? For some fiends. And then let's bring in maybe Toon Ulmer. Actually, you know what? Let's bring in Kirill and Toon Ulmer. Bring in a 2-2-1 setup here. Yeah, let's do this. Not a great board here. If I had purples or yellows, it would be. Let's start off with the 3 purples horizontally in the middle. Set off that cascade of yellows, maybe some more stuff, and we did. Nice. Now, let's match these blues and yellows in the middle. That's going to give me my blue specials. And nice cascade of reds and blues. That might kill Bane before he goes off. Awesome. All right, let's use Ulmer first. And then I'm going to use Kirill over on the left. The minor damage should kill Jahinder since he does extra damage to red, and it did. Perfect. Let's match these blues and yellows here in the middle. Let's match these 3 reds in the middle. That might give me both Buster and Star Swift, and it did. Cool. Let's use them on the right side here before Fayez heals. And this should kill him. And, of course, he's reviving. Cool. Let's hit this yellow dragon. Nice cascade of greens. We've got Beelus to dispel everybody. And then let's use Ulmer first, and then Kirill over here on the right. See if we can kill Fayez a second time. And he did not revive that time. Cool. And let's hit the green diamond here. Give me a red. Nice, red. Wow, I'll take it. And we should be able to kill off Greymane with our red specials here. Not quite. Let's hit the red diamond here. And let's see if we can dispel and use our reds. And this should finally end the battle here. Awesome. All right. So we went 4-1 today, lost that one battle that we timed out against that Jolly Tank team. And as far as how my defense is going, we've got a B rating. We lost one and we won one, but I'm feeling pretty confident that we'll probably maintain either an A or a B rating on defense throughout the week. You definitely got to see the impact of Buster with that increased damage. He is an extremely hard hitter, especially if you've got Masterclass emblems on him. Let me know how your 3-star Rush Attack Raid tournament is going this week, and that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it or found it helpful, and if you did, hit that like button, make sure you're subbed to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.